Welcome to 6 a.m. It's your boy Josh Irvin. Granted, it's not 6 a.m. Like I said, every show, for the most part, will be at 6 a.m. But on a beautiful Saturday, I still had to be up that early because the girls, girls don't care what day it is. I didn't have to go to work, so we're going to start today's show a little bit later. Appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Today, fellas, talking about us. What takes us so long? In the woman's eyes, per se. What are we waiting for? And you know what I'm talking about. To pop the question. To propose. To get on one knee. To make her an honest woman. What takes us so long? Or did you do it exactly when you were ready? For me, I believe, selfishly, I did it exactly when I was ready. And kudos to Court, there was never a lot of added pressure. I think she was pretty secure that she was the one I was going to marry. I talked to a friend recently, and I just asked him, I said, and it's no one that any of you guys know, but I asked him, I said, when did you know that you were going to marry your wife? And he said, I knew in the 9th grade. I said, wow. He said, of course you dated other women, right? He said, yeah, I dated other women. He was like, but, really I always knew. So the other women that I dated, he said, it wasn't really my intent to really hurt their feelings because I really, really liked them. But I knew who I wanted. So when they told me that they were through with me or we need to make the next move, the next step, he said, unfortunately, he had to let them go. Although he really cut for them. And so that, that goes on, of course, more often than not. And I'm not necessarily talking about when you're young. We've all dated. We've all dated young, and we had our fun, and we got older, and now it's time to start making some decisions, because half my friends or acquaintances or whatever the case may be are my age, right? And so you hear from women all the time, they don't have much longer. They can't be casually dating. We either gotta be, about to make this real, or they've gotta move on. So. But fellas, on our end, we'll tend to hold on basically until they say no more. When I first met Court, I'm not gonna say it was love at first sight. Although the person I saw was very beautiful, beautiful smile. I'm not gonna say I knew I was gonna get married, because I was 20, was 26. I was 26 when we first started dating, 26, 27. And at that time, marriage wasn't on my mind. But I will tell you today that nothing that we've gone through, which includes getting married, is any surprise. The only thing that's a surprise is having twins. That is the only surprise. Now, of course, we had a situation in where we took a break, but in the back of my mind, I always knew we would get back together. And in the back of my mind, I always knew that she'd be the one I'd marry. So, what was I looking for? I never wrote it down on paper, but I always had an idea. One, she had to be beautiful. Okay, check. Two, family was a big thing to me. Like, I never wanted to date a lady or be with somebody whose family I always had to fight with. And I've never actually ran through that problem, but I wanted to make sure of that. And so for any of you guys who know the Sandoval's know, they're class X. Three, I've always said growing up that I was no hypocrite because my mom had us and my stepdad had to come in and take care of us. And that's tough. I knew it was tough when I was 12 years old. That you sort of got to fight for your wife's love between you and the child, because the mom wants to nurture her son and a daughter so much. And I get it. It's not officially your kid, although my stepdad treated me like I was his. I have to give him credit for that. But it's still tough. I know it's tough. So I say that to say that, I always said I wouldn't be a hypocrite because of what my mom go through and what a lot of single parents, stuff happens, what a lot of single parents go through. But a friend of mine told me a long time ago, and I probably was 20, maybe 21. She said, and we were talking on this subject, she said, Josh, you deserve to start your own family. And honestly, I got pretty bad memory. But there are certain things that stick with me. And that stuck with me. So, although I really wasn't opposed to ever meeting somebody who had a kid, I'd highly prefer if she didn't, because I would want to start my own family with her. Right? So check. And then you have to figure out, through all of you guys' likes or differences, about just how you're gonna raise a family. And most of that surrounds itself around do you think that the woman you're with is fit to be a good mother? And most women are good mothers, but that's what I'm looking for, right? No doubt in my mind, Courtney was going to be a great mother. I've seen how she raised or helped raise her nieces and nephews. Now she's super on the cautious side, but that's all right. I'll take that. But I seen how she raised her nieces and nephews. I knew what type of mother she was going to be. That was easy. So all of those things added up. Now I just have to put myself in a comfortable position to make it work. So now what am I waiting on? Better job, better house, better car. Man, we want all these different things, and most of the time everything is not gonna be the exact way you want it to be. Are you just still waiting because you're not ready to give up that what you think in your mind is that little bit of freedom that you had while you were single? Guys got to be ready to give that up. Women too. But for some reason I think it applies more to guys. I could be wrong. But just talking to some of my guy friends that, still the ability to roam wherever they want, whenever they want, for them still weighs more than settling down and getting married. And if they do settle down and get married, they want to be able to do that still at a high level. I'll tell you another thing that, and this is just a little something that I was not going to get married until I did. And it's crazy, but it's the truth. So everybody knows that I had a gap in my teeth. Now with weddings, you've got to smile all over the place. And I always said, and this was 15 years old. 15 years old, I knew that I was not going to get married until I had braces or whatever and my teeth were straight or straighter. So me getting Invisalign, which I did, and getting my teeth straight, I felt like, for me personally, I had crossed that off the box. I'm like, okay, now I have no problem. You got to smile 100 times at weddings. But I go back to saying that I don't think there was any doubt in Court's mind that I was going to marry her. It was just when. I know a lot of ladies are in relationships and a lot of men are sitting there with that woman and knowing that this lady isn't the one for you. So what do? Because you can love that person, you can be with that person, you can have time in with that person, but if you're not going to marry her, which ultimately most women want, then you're going to have to make a decision. And even talking with my OGs, guys who've been in the game for a while, even they would say, don't waste her time. That's wrong. But if y'all come to some understanding that y'all just this how y'all gonna live, and if that's y'all understanding, that's fine. But I'm just talking about most women and most men that are in those type of situations. I think most men know in the back of their mind that this is the person that they want to be with. So ladies, how can you get that out of them? How can you know? That's the world. If you had that answer, you either be there or you be gone, right? If you really truly had that answer, you'd be there or you'd be gone. What they say, if you knew better, you do better. If you knew better, you'd be gone. So, fellas, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but we know if this is the lady we're going to marry. And if she's not the lady you're going to marry, then it's best that you move accordingly. It's best that you be truthful. Either way, nothing's going to go without hurt, so you might as well be truthful. Feels like I'm going to have to pick back up on this subject. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Catch you next time.